Welcome to the Create with Katrina Julia show by Fit Life Creation, where we talk all the things on wellness, faith, marketing, business, and travel to create a life and business you love. I've been there, friend. I've walked from fear to faith, self-hate to love, corporate to calling, and bondage to freedom, along with transformation in every area of my life. I'm right here with you, walking along on my own path to creating. So tune in so that you learn how to create a life and business you love, hands-on. Let's create it. No matter whether you are an entrepreneur, you work in corporate, or you are a brand or a firm, you are going to love this episode because I promise you it's affecting more things, and what you're going to learn, it's affecting more things than you may be aware of. So welcome to a scarcity mindset and how it costs you much more than you think, and actions to take to abundance and more wealth. So a bit about my story. I became a full-time entrepreneur in 2011, years before I experienced financial challenges as I shifted before industries. Somehow it seemed I forgot. Isn't it interesting how we walk through pain and forget sometimes the purpose later? My lessons include not aligning with my passion, my purpose, people, and profits. Like many of us, I chose the practical over the purpose early on. Walking through 7+ industries in strategy, finance, and operations, somehow along the way, I lost myself. I accepted working for industries, companies, and with people I did not align, their values did not align, or truth be told, respect. Yet I somehow allowed it because at the time I couldn't see another way out, and let's be real, the bills had to be paid. But then I realized I was dying inside. What is ironic is that I created wealth for others to the tune of over 8 figures annually consistently. Yet when I became an entrepreneur, all the scarcity mindsets and influences came up to be healed. Somehow along the way, I had lost my love of writing, creating, traveling, and helping others create what they love. My mindset somehow got twisted into thinking it wasn't possible to have one without the other. Who says we can't create what we love, have freedom in all forms, and make money? When and where did we begin to accept that lie? I am a huge believer in turning pain into purpose. My journey with wealth is nowhere near over. I am not a millionaire yet. I am taking daily action aligned with my faith, feelings, and purpose. My goal is to become a millionaire this year and be debt free within the next 3 years or less. Here are 5 transformations I made in my mindset and actions that I know are going to help you too. Number 1, challenge yourself daily to be open to a new way of creating wealth. This again applies whether you're an entrepreneur, a brand owner, and/or a firm. Some examples from today alone include submitting on a partner referral on a platform I'm on named Social Curator. 2, recording this show. 3, sharing a ad to my Create It Monthly program via Subkit that also ties several of my other online communities. So think about, for you, what aligned actions could you do today that line up to help you create wealth? 2, review your spending and reduce unnecessary spending. It doesn't matter what wealth course or coach you follow, they will consistently tell you one of the biggest things is to spend less than you make and find ways to make your money work for you. Some of the examples in my own life, and especially this year, include retaking and listening to Financial Peace University, taking the spending and savings challenges via Clever Girl Finance, and using mint.com to track all of that. So, my first several months that I got on mint.com, I had cut my spending years ago astronomically by over 50% in things like eating out, shopping, and alcohol. And part of my story includes losing over 55 pounds 7+ years ago and not drinking alcohol for 7+ years. And that alone has saved me so much money, not to mention the aspects on my health, which then impact my purpose and how I show up every single day. So think about for you, how could you reduce spending? And that again goes to not just in your personal life, but in your business life too. Subscriptions you're using, business tools that you're not getting a return on investment on. Like one of the business tools that I use that I love is Kajabi, and that's helped me automate over 70% of our business and increase our ROI exponentially. Number 3, reflect on gratitude daily. I write down gratitude daily in my passion planner, in my journal. I reflect on it, I think about it, and I've been practicing this habit now for 7+ years, and it has helped me transform my mindset exponentially. Number 4, write down your vision. Whether it's monthly, daily, annually, the more consistent you get, the more your actions start to align, and speak it out loud. One of the practices I did last year was actually record my prayers, my vision, and meditations on my phone. So in those times where maybe I'm not feeling, super motivated to write it down, I listen to all of that in my own voice, like my top 10 goals, my vision for the year, my life legacy. You are the most important person you get to convince of your abundance and overflow and limitless possibility. Number 5, increase your aligned actions every single day. How I show up now is radically different to how I used to show up, say 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, whatever the case is. And transformation takes time in every single aspect of the word. And, that's something that I've walked through myself, and that's something I'm learning. And, even like how I compare right now, 2023 to say this time last year is so different in the ways that, I show up every single day, in decreased travel, in, making sure that my actions are increasingly lined up. So give yourself credit where credit is due. It's not enough to simply write, reflect, and speak. That's a huge part of helping your faith and your subconscious. But it's so key to take your aligned actions daily while having compassion with yourself and others on their journey. Evaluate yourself daily and those around you, and don't be afraid to call others out, those that you have that type of relationship with, or ask them if it's okay to share something on scarcity beliefs and behaviors. I use a 3x7 approach that I developed years ago for my 90-day plans. And you can definitely tune in to my vision for 2023, where I talk about a minimum of 3 actions daily in 7 areas of life, from spiritual to financial. And abundance is all around us, not only in wealth. So, how is scarcity mindset is costing you much more than you think, and actions to take to abundance and increasing your wealth from the inside out. My experiences have taught me how living and breathing abundance and consistently shifting stories of lack or scarcity or poverty is so key to attracting more of what you desire. More freedom with time, more freedom with community, with expression, and yes, money. Scarcity mindset number one: you don't have enough money. I understand what it's like to have plenty and to have little, like many of us. I've experienced living off of debt, borrowing from my parents, going from receiving six figures to receiving less than five figures, going back up, revisiting mindsets, and focusing on limitless opportunities and stabilizing. And not knowing where money will come from or thinking I don't know where it's going to come from. I've walked from having a vast vision for my life to not having vision, to reawakening vision, having chaotic circumstances, and then realizing calm, certainty, clarity all comes from within. Some key actions to take: stop saying you don't have enough money. Replace it with I'm grateful to have this, buy this, offer this, finding this opportunity. I trust that it's coming. Review your bank account for where your money is going. So many times when we feel like there's not enough, whether it's personal or your business, we bury our heads in the sand and will not face the practical realities or the practical steps we may take. So, are you investing in yourself? And that can mean something as simple as time, like listening to a podcast like this. Are you investing in your education? Whether it's in education for your business or whether it's education to complete continuing professional education, like I myself get to complete as a CPA, like I myself get to create valuable content like this for others to get CPE and or your business. Like me investing in B school last year and then continuing on to receive education from it every single year. Or does the amount of money you spend on Starbucks equate your educational fund or a travel fund? Are you learning something brand new every single day for free? Whether it's plugging in to content like Earmark for CPE, or whether it's listening to best-selling authors like one that I just featured, Naresh, on our show with 50 Shades of Marketing. I invest that time every single day. A great place to start is my show or Earmark CPEs if you're a CPA and searching for continuing professional education. And if you didn't know, billionaires like Warren Buffett read over 80% of their day every single day. And that's one of the reasons, as another example, that I accelerated my learning and reading is via an app like Mentor's.app that condenses books, that condenses reading exponentially. Consider where you may add value in communities, whether it's in blogs, whether it's in emails, whether it's in podcasts as features. I just joined an incredible community, We Meet Wednesdays.com, where I get to do that all the time and have 3+ podcast interviews myself lined up, and also 5+ others that are going to be featured on my show as well. Online communities like Social Curators, where I just added a ton of value responding to different requests today, or like my series 75+ tools and resources to create a life and business you love. Evaluate your gifts, talents, and abilities you have and challenge yourself to develop a new skill. Figure out a way to monetize your message online and live, and challenge yourself to finish what you start. Scarcity mindset number 2, you are closed to new opportunities. Do you find yourself repeatedly saying things either out loud or to yourself, like writers don't make money on ABC platform, or XYZ opportunity is a scam and people don't make money doing that? Red flag. I immediately challenge you or others when I hear them say things like that 2 to 3 times and point out, like, oh, really? Look at how X celebrity makes money. Look at how B person makes money selling A product. Look at this example of this platform that makes money with online courses. Newsflash. People make money doing everything from the good to the not so good. People also go broke doing things. If you repeatedly say and act a certain way without using guidance or wisdom or discernment, which one do you think you're going to be? Do you think you're going to be rich, or do you think you are going to continue repeating the same patterns and behaviors? Some actions to take. Consider how your speech may be a reflection of your mindset. Be open to new possibilities like writing, or sharing your content on YouTube or on Skillshare. Value, and that can be for firms too and brands as well. I've seen both entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, creators, and CEOs do phenomenally on YouTube, on Skillshare, on, Kajabi. The list goes on and on. Evaluate how consistent you are in an area. So my phrase for 2023 is I am divinely disciplined. And I can promise you it is absolutely challenging me exponentially in every area of life. Be a humble student and learn from others. Yes, I have a podcast, I'm on the 600th plus episode, but I consistently learn from others, both free and paid education, and invest my time, which is the most valuable thing I have. Today and yesterday alone, I've listened to 3+ podcasts. As a result of passion and patience and persistence, this past month, I've gotten over 5+ publications. So keep in mind, every action leads to a result or leads to a new idea or a new development. That's the tip of the iceberg. I'm walking through tons of awakening and development in my own online business, tools, events, brand projects, and influencer management, just at a glance. Scarcity mindset number 3. Everything will be handed to you on a silver platter, aka you will be a millionaire overnight. Or your firm or your brand will reach millions to then 6 to 7 to 8 figures overnight. I love my parents dearly in so many ways. They took so many leaps of faith that most of us cannot fathom, leaving their countries, Poland and Bulgaria, living in a refugee camp with me by the age of 2, and immigrating to the United States. At the same time, they also witnessed and experienced many fears growing up. Later, when their economic situation changed dramatically, I and our family we were spoiled. I know they did the best they could, and I didn't learn fundamentals with respecting money and how to treat it until I walked through my own transformations in managing and respecting wealth. Even though, interestingly enough, I helped brands do it consistently over and over and over. Isn't it interesting how we'll do sometimes things for others we won't do for ourselves? I guess that's how we hard-headed humans sometimes learn, through pain. I continued this pattern later with corporate in a way that crippled me. And I didn't do marketing regularly beyond college or set up online marketing and develop ongoing leads and pipelines. Talk about humility once I became a full-time entrepreneur, building a lifestyle brand and seeing firsthand all the skills I get to learn. Yes, I got to six figures in corporate as an executive on sitting on a board of directors. Yes, I developed 6 to 8 figures for brands repeatedly year over year, both top line opportunities and finding fraud, waste, and abuse. What I didn't do with corporate before was create them from scratch to levels of full time 5 to 8 figures. Yet, I dared to judge others at the time without compassion and grace and relatability. Sure, I was a side hustle queen for years all through corporate, but let's be clear, doing side hustle level income, if you're not focusing on turning it to full time at the time while you're developing or have full time income or someone to back you, can sometimes lead to a sense of entitlement. So, some actions to take: learn new skills sooner rather than later, develop a clear roadmap and deadlines, align and take 10x, 100x, infinity more actions than you think is needed. Be hungry and humble. Evaluate your results online with abundance and with wealth. Celebrate your wins and be accountable to areas you are learning in. Develop your top 3 priorities every month, every week, every day. Use incredible tools like ClickUp to set up dashboards to track your progress. Develop your writing, your communication, and your online skills. Connect with communities like this and like Earmark that are further along than you or have exponential speakers or firms or people that can help you. Practice self-love and keep taking aligned action. Scarcity mindset number 4. I don't need to invest in new skills, courses, or events, and neither does my firm or my community, and or we don't need to invest in our people. You are listening to this show as a result of over $200,000 in investment easily I have either made in myself in entrepreneurship alone, not counting my undergraduate and graduate degrees, not counting scholarships, not counting the level of investment my parents have poured into me. My investments in entrepreneurship alone have included online and live events with a year program and strategic coach, Brendan Bouchard now for years, Danny Johnson for years, Herbalife Nutrition, Shailene Johnson, Boss Babe, countless ebooks and podcasts on wellness, media, business, and spirituality. I would not have created my online courses, this podcast, live events, retreats, and agency if it was not for every part of experience in my life and my education. From the start, I viewed entrepreneurship and my life as a school. Why wouldn't I invest in my best asset, myself? Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you invest in your people to the same level? Actions to take: make a list of free resources you may review weekly, and or your community or your firm may. Set up a time on your calendar for learning daily and weekly, and encourage your people on your team and community to do the same. Identify the next skill set that you need to learn and tie it to a key goal. Immerse yourself in education in that skill set for the next 60 to 90 days and then evaluate. Evaluate online courses or communities you would love to invest in and research their payment plans, or perhaps align yourself, your team, your communities, your brands, and your firm in. List live events you want to go to in the next 1 to 3 years and set up an action plan and a roadmap. I do this regularly, both on a personal and professional level in every single area of life. Also, with each investment of time and money, I set intentions and goals. For example, before I choose CPEs, I think about how it aligns to my goal set. Before I attend live events like Brendan Bouchard's events, I decided I would create my online courses and events in less than 90 days. Also, I decided all my online courses and events would be hands-on with tips, tools, and tech. The same way I decided to create this podcast intentionally to line up to CPE for Earmark CPE to increase the awareness and reach of my podcast. Scarcity mindset number 5. I don't have communities support me. Wah, call the ambulance. Seriously, when I first started, I didn't either. No one does. When I just moved back to Atlanta after almost 2 years of full-time travel, I found myself in a different space because I'm different. My community is different. A lot of my friends in Atlanta is different. So I am getting to create that again. And I've made progress by joining communities like ATL Girl Gang or Buckhead Business Association. No one wakes up with the perfect health, wealth, business, time, community. We #create it every step of the way. Sharing on this platform, sharing on this podcast is an example of something I didn't have before, and I found Anchor Podcast. It's an example of serving others in a place of where I wasn't before. Create the world you want to see. I often set an intention to offer transformational guests with 2 to 3 opportunities on the blog and show for press features. That's some of the created snapshots that you see in the episodes before and after this one. I know that I'm always grateful for every single opportunity because I know we all start somewhere. And I know it leads to different things, and especially when we ask, seek, and knock. Be grateful for every single thing and think about how lessons learned develop out of every opportunity. So, actions to take. Seek your community online and live. Look to platforms or communities like Earmark. Connect with people in real life. Say yes to people that align, like I did recently with ATL Girl Gang or Buckhead Business Association or Soul Cycle. Don't be afraid to walk away or say no to opportunities that don't align. Scarcity mindset number 6. Coronavirus, the recession, insert whatever you want to put in there, is hurting my business. Maybe it's waking you up to what you ignored for years. Have you ignored business to business ongoing outreach for potential alignments and potential brands that your firm could serve or your business could align to, or you could help? Have you ignored platforms like Indeed or Brain Trust or social media or digital marketing or launching and taking your business online? How about new and innovative ways of doing business as a firm or as an agency, like social media or influencer management or with influencers, or doing Instagram reels or videos or hosting your own podcast? Maybe it's giving you the nudge that you need to wake up to reinvent yourself, your brand, your business, and your firm. When I started seeing this, I immediately said, how can I then transition this? I think I've shared enough so far so to where you get this. In case I haven't, keep in mind, I'm also a CPA, worked for NBC Apprentice, Victoria's Secret, and took the background of 7+ industries, strategy, finance, marketing, and operations to walk into purpose and create a life and business I love. What about you? Some actions to take. Where do you need to reinvent yourself online now? What actions could you start with on social media? What online resources could you grow? How could you take your business and experiences online further? Scarcity mindset number 7. I'm too young, too old, it's too early, too late. Our business is in a certain space. Wah, wah, wah. Stop it, really. I say this with a lot of love. All the above should have already swayed your mindset, but in case it hasn't, look at the numerous people in every single angle, whether it's social media, online courses, firms, businesses that are increasing in growth, making it from the YouTuber that's 13 to the grandma that's dancing on Instagram. And what about the $360 billion business of online courses being taught by young and old alike? Again, whether you're an entrepreneur, creator, or CEO or firm, that alone is such an opportunity. I believe kid teachers are the next wave, and recently reached out to a parent to connect with their child that is killing it on YouTube, making over $60 million a year. These are the scarcity mindsets that come to mind for me with my own mindset experiences and community. It's easy to see how they're costing you in creation, community, and cash, no matter whether you are an entrepreneur, creator, or CEO. Stop speaking and acting scared with your life. Every action has the potential to lead to exponential abundance and millions of dollars that you may make in your mind, life, and business now. So let's create it. If you are looking for an incredible program on a monthly basis that combines everything you need to create and scale a life and business you love, you are going to love what I created with Subkit on a monthly basis. But first, if you're tuning in for the first time, I want you to know a little bit more about me. And you can find the link in the show notes as well on Subkit and everything you want to know. So, first, I'm a multi-passionate entrepreneur, athlete, traveler, creator, and CEO who has transformed every area of life from the inside out since 2010 and continues to, shifting from fear to faith, self-hate to love, corporate to calling, pain to purpose, lies to love, and bondage to freedom. I've worked with 15,000 plus entrepreneurs online and live, traveled the world full-time 2020 through 2022, worked with brands like NBC, Airbnb, WeWork, Victoria's Secret, and aim to help over 1 million mission-based brands and entrepreneurs create and scale what they love with freedom. What does that mean? Imagine you having a clear roadmap and creating and scaling step by step to progress in your life with freedom, with wellness, with marketing, with business, with travel. Everything I walk through, everything that I share, everything that I've leveraged or make money from, I help you create it too. So it all matters, whether it's rising to be and doing one more thing on the hard days or working on projects like NBC Apprentice or Airbnb, it's all big and adds up. So I want to encourage you to hashtag create it now. And what does the program with Subkit look like? First, when you click the link in the show notes, create it like a boss, you will see on the second link the monthly create it. And one of the betas that I'm running right now is an intro deal on $44 a month, which is basically less than a smoothie bowl or a trip to Starbucks per month. And you will get to create it with exclusive access and discounts, updates on the 75 plus tools every single month. That means all the tools that I'm testing, whether it's something like Subkit or the new tools that I'm 10xing my social media automatically across platforms, new creative creations that I'm beta testing and I want your feedback, an exclusive newsletter for you getting started, and updates to the 7-day online challenge that covers wellness, wealth, business, and travel. If you want a plus experience, you get all of that, plus the Create It Summit quarter, every single quarter, that includes over 50 plus courses to take a even deeper dive, plus a vision workshop to really align to your goals from the inside out, updated every single quarter, and a group session with me on a specific theme, from jumpstart to transformation to unleashing inspiration to money matters to smart social media to crazy confidence. So a brand new theme every single month, and you get access to all the replays. Then if you want a VIP experience, you can get all the above, plus guaranteed features, lives, and co-launches, one per quarter, and one-on-one sessions that I will do with my VIPs every single month. At the bottom of that page on the Create It Monthly, You will see incredible content as well, like the sub-kit feature on Get to Know Me, my faith series, freebies, how to find over $500,000 daily in opportunities, global retreats, insights into my almost 2 years of full-time travel, 7 steps to build a presence online, and the Lifestyle Brand Like a Boss course coming in June, and a lot more. So can't wait to see you on the inside, and let's create it. All the chats on faith, wellness, money, marketing, business, and travel, so you create a life and business already. Head on over to the blog, the podcast, and the freebies to jumpstart your transformation. If you're ready to dive into the online courses, the live events, or the retreat, and if you want to create with our community on an even deeper level, definitely check out our internships, our influencer collaborations, management, and brand engagement. Let's create it.